Hi friends, welcome back to Laptop Seniors. We're in Mexico City today and we are walking down the middle of the boulevard on Mazatlan Avenue.
Yeah, take a check at that. Look at that. Cool.
The boulevards in some of these streets are absolutely gorgeous, and we are in the area of La Condesa, Mexico City.
Really nice area. Wasn't quite sure what to expect, coming to Mexico City. One of the reasons that we're here, because, retirement channel and all, and so many people retire in Mexico, and we haven't been doing anything on Mexico. We did one with our friend Mike, who lived in Ajijic and by Lake Chapala. And we noticed from the amount of people that watched that video, it's like, wow, there's a lot of people interested in Mexico, so let's go to Mexico. And we thought we'd start at Mexico City. And, it's a big, giant city, obviously. I think there's, 20, 25 million people here or something. It's gigantic. And it's really, really nice. I was sort of surprised, at least in this area.
This area is really nice, but
Yes.
I tell you, we are on the opposite side of where the airport landed. So we came through a lot of areas of the city that I was cringing, thinking, oh, is this where we're going to be?
Well,
But
I don't know, it was that bad, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
it was cringeworthy.
Yeah, just cut to the chase. La Condesa and probably Roma too, as we walked into that to have dinner. Those are evidently the two really nice areas.
And there's one other one, but I can never remember the name of it.
Yeah, but certainly for La Condesa, absolutely. I would live here in a heartbeat. It's gorgeous here. It's beautiful. It's kind of like it's sort of like a combination of being in Buenos Aires and Paris. That's the best way I can describe it. Big giant streets and 5 or 6 streets coming into one big square and so on and so forth. It's really, really nice.
Boy, you can really see the difference in our heights here.
Things like that, yeah.
But we just want to say hi. I know I haven't been on camera in a while, and we are going to be bringing you a few more videos for sure on Mexico City. If you want to leave your questions or comments, anything you'd like us to check out while we're here, because we're here for another week or 10 days, and we will check the comments. We'll get this posted pretty quickly. And also just to say, the people here so far are very friendly and very live and let live. Nobody really bothers anybody about anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then some of the things that we're going to be, covering, absolutely. Come on along with me. Some of the things that we're going to be covering certainly are, the real estate stuff. Like what's something typical to buy that you might want to buy if you're going to retire here, and what are rentals? And we looked at rentals already in La Condesa. And we'll do it certainly way more specifically, but it looked like for one-bedroom apartment, $1,000 to $1,200 is going to get you a nice place. We saw one, it was almost 4,000 square feet. It looked a monstrous, beautiful place. And it was like $2,500 US to rent it.
To rent.
Yeah, those are rentals. Yeah, you're not buying a place for $1,200, that's for sure. But anyway, it's really nice. I'll tell you one thing though we noticed. A lot of the restaurants that we've been in, they are not cheap. They are maybe, 10, 15% below Florida prices. And not certainly, the way the prices are in Panama. I mean, you can certainly find ones that are, that are lower. And we went and got some tacos today. It was 235 pesos, which would have been, $12 for, 4 tacos. And,
doing the math on money is pretty tricky.
Yeah, but I mean, we had dinner last night. It was 2 pastas, 2 glasses of wine and a beer. It was $72.
And Caesar salad.
Right, and a Caesar salad that we split.
But it was gorgeous.
So
we
nice.
will show you some of the restaurants we've encountered, and last night's dinner in the Italian restaurant was amazing.
Yeah, so this is get a little bit idea if you can see behind.
This is a very simple local restaurant, just in the middle of the boulevard. And that's one of the nice things about this area is you see a lot of residential areas, and then on the corner is a restaurant or an ice cream shop, like we see in. Whoops!
Come on, let's go across
in front of us.
We get killed here. Moving.
Cars coming.
Yeah,
and so Yeah, so we have been to the bank so far. We've been to a few areas just locally around here, and we were at Chapultepec Park this morning.
Remember when I was doing the video on banking with HSBC, the World Bank, and they were in Mexico too, and so if you wanted to do that and flip money from one country to another, HSBC is here. I feel like I'm doing a commercial, but I'm for HSBC, but I'm not. So one of the things you probably wonder, I mean, certainly we would, right out of the gate, what's a visa cost here? Because, we read and talked to people, and the prices have gone up considerably from, just a few years ago, what it actually costs if you're going to apply to have a visa, a retirement visa to live in Mexico.
It's the amount of income you have to prove, right?
Yeah, it's the amount of income that you have to prove coming into, your account monthly. And they make you go back like, I think it's 6 months to a year. You have to show the statements and all of that sort of stuff. Okay, so what it is it's $4,100 a month US. That's what you need. That's the minimum, and that's for a temporary. Now, if you want a permanente, which is the permanent one, and the difference between the two, one of them is for a temporary visa, every year you have to renew it. Although after the first year, you can ask for a 2-year renewal or a 3. And then after 4, you have to make a decision to go back and start all over again with a 1-year temporary, or get the permanente, and you do not have to prove the money coming in for a permanente, which is hefty, and it is
$6,900 a month.
US. So $7,000 a month, which is going to be, 70, $84,000 a year. I mean, that's a pretty good pension coming in.
So that's definitely at the upper range of income that has to be proven for a permanente.
Yeah, and if you're Canadian and you're watching this, you have to flip that into Canadian money, which is going to kick it up by another 35%. So you're well over $100,000. Yeah, where, I know friends of ours, when they came here 5 years ago, and I think it was something like, $30,000 they had to prove in Canadian money. So
now, I have
big
also
difference.
read that you can come in on a temporary visa and then apply for the permanente when you're here, and apparently you won't have to prove your income. And I don't know exactly how that works, but I've read that people have done it.
Yes, and we're going to find out how to do that. Absolutely, for sure, yeah. Now, they do have another way of getting it if you don't have the monthly income. Let's say you don't have that much of a pension, your Social Security isn't that high, but you've sold your home, and maybe you got $600,000 or something like that. If you can prove that you have roughly 275, 276, somewhere between that and $300,000, if you can prove that you have that in your bank, and it's been sitting there for, I believe it's a year, but again, we'll find out specifically. So 12 months in a row, you've had that money in your bank, that would qualify you also, because they assume like you've got a lot of money. And this keeps changing because everything is based off of the typical monthly salary of an average Mexican. Okay, so as their salaries go up, the amount of money that you have to prove goes up along with it. And that's one of the reasons why I made a big jump, because the salaries of Mexicans, the minimum base salary jumped 20%, like minimum wage. That jumped like 20%, I think, a year ago, something like that. So anyway, a lot going on here. A lot of dog walking there.
It is. There are a lot of dogs here. A lot of people love their four-legged friends, and it's nice. It's very friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we're going to explore, Mexico. I think Mexico City. Tomorrow we're going to go down to the old town, the Zocalo, and see that. It's mainly the tourist area where we were going to stay originally, but then we decided to come here not really knowing what it was like, and it was like, man, good choice.
I know,
Bonus.
I was just saying this morning, at first, the reason we switched areas is because I saw that Elizabeth Gilbert was doing a 3-day workshop here in Mexico City, and it was right at the time we were coming, and I thought, great, if I can catch that. The only thing was, it was really at the opposite end of the city, and as I said, big city. So we switched hotels, and this morning I thought, wow, I'm really glad we did, because I love this area.
That looks like a really cool apartment up there. Can you see that apartment? Can you see that apartment up on top there? That looks awesome.
I think that's a patio on the top. It's open.
Yeah, I think it is too. And you know, it's a patio for the apartment underneath.
There's
anyway,
so many
just
unique buildings around.
Yeah, it's really, La Condesa is beautiful here. It's really, really awesome. And as you can, I think you can get a feel for how wide this walkway is. And there's a lot of streets, more like the avenues actually, that have the walkways like this. And people walk down through with the streets on the sides. This is a bit like Madrid too, because in Madrid everything is giant size. Way bigger than you'd see, in the States. The squares, the avenues, the corners where you come to.
And there have been places that we've seen already these first couple of days that have reminded us of Uruguay, for one, and also Paris.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%. It's pretty neat. Yeah, so I guess we'll probably call this a day on this video, and we'll check with it on the next one. Probably be putting them up a little bit faster than normal. Instead of one a week, probably maybe one every 2 or 3 days as we, see different parts of Mexico City and, and go down. Overall opinion, generally of speaking, so far of us, and that could change easily.
I hope you're not getting dizzy from all this bouncing.
Yeah, but the overall thing, generally speaking, is it's not as reasonably priced as one would assume things in Mexico are. Probably because we're in Mexico City.
At least not this area.
Yeah, and obviously if you're outside of Mexico City and you're in Puebla or Merida or some place like that, or even Puerto Vallarta, it's going to be definitely cheaper. But actually we'll know better, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and do some pricing of actual staples, meat, vegetables, the usual things that you're going to have to buy at a Soriana, which is a huge grocery store chain here, throughout Mexico. So we're going to do that too. So anyway, you got anything else more to say there, Buckaroo?
I say if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and click that bell so that you'll know when the next video drops.
Look, it's like we're in stereo. Look at that.
God, you are going to make people dizzy.
Awesome.
Please come back and see us again. We have missed you. Bye.